Hey, welcome in, folks. Hey, welcome in, Gibbles. Good to see you. Getting a little bit late start tonight. I was meeting with my composer earlier, and it took a while to get through our discussion of what we were working on. Let's see here. Reposition here. Yeah, so we're doing another you-know-nothing Astrid run. Oh. Carrot. Which, if you've not been around for these, this is the current challenge. Custom run. Completely randomized custom run in which we don't know anything other than the code that's given us. And then we have to spend the next 50 days trying to figure it out. And survive.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Fireplace. We can actually do some cooking here. Yeah, knowing nothing, huh? So far, we have figured out, we're on day 7, and we have figured out our starting gear was high. We can recover while sleeping. It seems to be pretty good recovery. Baseline resource level was high. Birch bark recovery, none. Blizzard frequency, high or very high. We're constantly in blizzards. Wolves, none. Bears exist. We've seen one. Rabbits seem to be about medium. Deer, medium or high. Moose, don't know. Draconic has a question. Cooking ruined ptarmigan with salt, 50% broth. As far as I know, if you're making a recipe, the recipe result starts at 100%. Doesn't matter. So, like, you could take 20% or even 7% maple syrup and make pancakes at 100%. Magic. Yeah. So, yeah, so you should be fine. You should be fine. Modded about getting every single food item except for the ones you eat to grandmother's house. Oh, that's a lot of work. Oh, how come it didn't light? Come on, guys. Cheap cardboard matches didn't work, but we got some more wooden ones. Okay. Hey, Nunia, welcome in. We're doing another crazy challenge where we know nothing. We got a custom settings challenge where we don't know anything other than the code.
Oh, yeah.
We just survive 50 days and try to travel to the opposite side of the map in that time period. Firelog. Yeah, I believe that's the case. I have not tested that, but I believe if it works like that, it should behave in a very similar fashion to the other stuff. No.
Stomach. It hurts. God, it hurts.
Okay, so a little stupidity at the start of the run. Good job, food poisoning. Good job, Astrid. Should have just dropped them and put them on the fire. We really should just lie down for 10 hours here. It's gonna... Ah! So I think my mouse is being super sensitive and killing me. Okay, that's really all we wanted. We're gonna lose a lot of condition anyways. Couldn't resist the bloodied meat. No, couldn't. Not at all. So tasty. Are we late enough? We're right at the beginning of the day. It's not a good time to have this problem. But we're going to be useless if we don't go and sleep. Yeah. Let's not lose any more condition. Food poisoning just wipes you out.
I think I can use this.
Oh, fisherman sweater. Okay. See, like I said, base resource level is high. We get all the good loot. But constant blizzards, not so much fun. It's not raw, it's tartar. Rabbit tartar.
I'll take it.
Hey, we'll just we'll take the hit, otherwise we'll just keep draining. That's no fun. I hope so too. I really do hope they allow that, because I think it would lead to a lot of interesting challenges. Yeah, now we're getting stuck in sucky. Too much. Okay, so I guess what we're up on, need to go and break stuff down. I have a... I wonder if I have a command for this. No, I don't. Okay, hold on a second. We're going to add in a command. Because people ask me about this sometimes. Let's see if I already have it. I don't. Okay. Or we could go... Yeah, see. Okay, custom settings, random generator. And okay. Hey, so now in the future, whenever... Oh no. In the future, if anyone asks like where to find the generator, you can find the custom settings random generator, or the custom run random settings generator, whatever we want to call it. Lots of words, they all kind of mean the same thing. But you could use that if you ever want to make your own completely customized random run. Where you have no idea what's going on. That one you will get completely randomized, and then at the very bottom there's actually a second link for custom run, or like random survival code. So you can get a randomized custom survival code, which is you get no information, whereas the other one, the top level one, is you see what all the settings get randomized to. Okay. Let's eat stuff. Okay. It's the weekend. I'm so glad it's the weekend. It's been kind of a long week. It's a danger if you're carrying it in your inventory. You don't get into the go into the habit of automatically dropping it as soon as you stop. So. Come on, Astrid, you can do this. So many steps to repair this thing. Okay. What do we got here? How much cloth do we have? We have one piece. Not worth it. We'll just drop that. Alright. Okay, we've got rabbits out here. $53. So we got lots of extra stuff. What is so extra here that we don't need? We'll just take 18. Okay, we're good there. This guy's heavy. Now we're under 50. these extra cans. Well, we started in, we don't need all this. Well, let's see, where are we going next? We're going to Mystery Lake next, so. Actually, do we have a hacksaw yet? We don't have a hacksaw yet. Don't need that. We were, oh, wait a sec. There we go. So we spawned.
This much gear.
We spawned in FM. So in terms of where we're supposed to go, let's see here. We started in FM. Then we have a few options. FM is pretty central. So we could make our destination Desolation Point, Ash Canyon, Black Rock, or oops. How do we get to how do we get the other one? Or we could go to the the opposite map. But yeah, the problem here is we just got too much loot, so we have to be strategic in terms of what we take and what we don't. Rose it there. Or basically we just dump stuff all over the place. Yeah, I think it's a little odd, but
This will come in handy.
Yeah, run save. We're so set now. We can now finally make the rosehip pie that we always wanted to make.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
I mean, it's just any of these high base level resource, it's just too much. It totally is too much. It just creates this different anxiety about like, okay, I really don't need all this stuff. Like this is now what, our third thing of broth that we found. Oh, more crackers. Yeah, we did a roll with it where we did go to zone of contamination. So we have the only region we haven't been to now is the brand new region that was just added. So we haven't been to Sundered Pass. Don't need support size. But when we did Zone of Contamination, it was my first time visiting Zone of Contamination, and I rolled a 20. Just like, So we did 20 days zone of contamination with no clue what we were doing. And we managed to survive. Here there's a wolf in the caves getting there. Yeah, I believe that was the case. In all these socks. My mouse is being hypersensitive. We got so lucky on that
I'm
one.
not gonna be able to carry this
We
load
got
much
there, and at first we were trying to survive on bunnies and cattails, and bunnies, cattails, and what was there? Like some deer carcasses. And then we found a bear, and we killed the bear, and then we were good for the next 20 days. We were just fine. But if we hadn't been able to kill that bear, it would have been really bad. We killed and harvested the entire bear. That saved the 20 days. Yeah, it was 20 days in airfield, then went to zone of contamination and got another 20 days. That's how the dice were treating me. So much cruelty. I did. I didn't loot the entire region. Zone of contamination is a very, very dangerous zone. So I was really strategic about where I went. And I knew there were places that I could go to where there would be a lot more to explore. But I was like, I have 20 days to get in and out. And my only goal is to ensure I have enough food to make it out. I'm not going to panic or worry about, you know, trying to explore the entire region. I could do that on a different run, but the main goal is just to get in and out. But yeah, I did learn a lot. So just a few more weeks in this place, and then I'm moving to a new place. Beginning of August, I moved to a new place. I'll technically have possession of both this place and the new place for a month. They overlap. So I'll gradually move myself over. But
with this much gear.
I don't know if we really need to go.
Looks like this has been here a while.
So much stuff. Oh, you just did Blackrock for the first time. Blackrock's such a pain. If you've done the story mode, at least you'll have some sense of what to do. But yeah, Timberwolves everywhere. There's a reason why it's usually one of my last regions to visit in roll with it. Not always, but often.
Best be prepared for anything.
There's so much stuff here. I'm gonna have to downsize again. All this lantern fuel and we still have no lantern.
Looks like this has been here a while. That'll be useful.
Oh, there's so much stuff. This is its own punishment, I think. Too much stuff. Okay, let's see here. Okay, we'll just try to use our stuff here.
Come on, little fire.
Okay, let's see. Stuff we can cook. Okay, no worries. Yeah, it's been a long day. So many potatoes.
I'm gonna need to rest soon.
Okay. Okay, do we need 3? We can get by with just 3 torches. That's gonna be done.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Yep, another storm.
Well, this stuff will come in handy. If we go to Milton Park.
Mm.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
No, no, we don't. What is that?
You never know. Being useful.
Okay, let's think realistically about what we don't need to take with us. Nine, so we're still way heavy. Yeah, so it's really all this food. 20 kilos of food. And 7. Hmm. 10 heavy. Okay, that's 7. So we're just 7 over. Over. Within striking distance. Three and a half. Oh. Okay. I think we're almost ready to go. Oh, Top Pork Chop. Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in, Top Pork Chop. Shout out, Top. Hope your TLD stream went well.
Out the problem. For some reason, my permissions were changed, so nothing had permission to use my microphone. Anytime I ever connect my
technical secret revealed. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for the follow as well. Yeah, we're just doing a little fun challenge, somewhat silly stature. This is our You Know Nothing challenge, in which we get a random custom setting code and we just run with it. Okay, let's see what we got here that we can dump. We're so close. Okay. Press for Baba Block. Block, block, Baba Block. There you go. Delivered. We need to drop something else. What don't we need? Okay. How was your run tonight? What were you up to? Wolf wrangling? Interloper? What were you doing? Start a new Loper run. Yeah, so far we've only been alive for 9 days on this one, but we have figured out we had great starting gear, high. Condition recovery while sleeping is pretty much medium or high. We usually bounce back. Baseline resource level is high, which you'll notice as soon as we start looting, it's really over the top. Birch bark tea recovery is a no. No birch bark tea recovery. Blizzard frequency, high or very high. We're constantly in blizzards. Wolves, none. No wolves this run. Bears exist. We've seen one. Rabbits seem to be medium. Deer, medium or high. Hard to say right now. Haven't seen the moose. That's our headache. We'll be gone in a little bit. Okay. I'm so sleepy too. We're not even at our first hour yet and I'm already sleepy. I played that on a long day. Started up early in the morning. Also, worked for a while. Attended a workshop online. Okay. So rest for a couple hours. Yeah, and then had a work meeting at 6. Work not in work, but creative work with the composer I'm working with. So we had a creative meeting where we were basically trying to work our way through. What are we working on right now? Oh, we're redoing the how to describe it, parts of the libretto in one of the scenes, which originally in her original design she'd asked me to go light on text, but the feedback we got was that we really do need to add a little bit more. So we've been kind of revisited it, and basically I was given sort of carte blanche. They said, like, we'd love to, the producer and the director said, we'd love to see more of
Come on, little fire.
more of your poetic side in
that
the
work?
writing. So we went a little bit more wild and surreal in some of it, and yeah, so I'm excited to see how it plays out. But the I got feedback from the composer on the prologue stuff that we had done, redone a few weeks, about a month ago, I guess now. And she said she finished working on the prologue and is very, very happy to see how. She said that it all came together. The parts that I gave her all came together nicely. So good to hear. I don't know if we should have grabbed some of the firewood instead. We still can do that. But yeah, so we basically worked from 6 until about 8 o'clock. 2 hours pouring through the libretto section that we need to work on and rewriting things. Oops, that's not what I want. Alright, what else we got here? Monado! What? What? There was news? What's the news? What did I miss? Is there a delay?
Any of this gear.
Hold on a second. Now I'm gonna have to go and check this out. Let's see. Oh, on the forums. Oh, I just noticed that they posted a new Hinterland player support staff. But that's not what you're talking about. So this must be not in the. Okay, so it must be in the other one here. News and updates. Is this it? Okay. Where did you see it? Let's not be looking in the right place. Oh well. Okay, let's see. Port Mary and Rupert's Landing, mentioned in Wintermute, will not be added to the game. Okay, so these are destinations that are mentioned but will not be added in. Okay. Final... Raphael's forum post page. So, small info, nothing big. Okay. Yeah, I'm not certain why I can't find that, but oh well. Well, I'll go looking for it after the stream. Yeah, I think they should. It's cheap, just to. Well, I mean, it's not cheap, but yeah, most people would be happy with some new regions to play in. We're always kind of happy about that. Okay. Let's see here. We are how much over? 1.65. Okay. Still over. So 1.7 of 12 for region size. Hey Rena, good to see you. We're still moving along. Is Astrid eating? Yes, Astrid's eating well. We're, this run is pretty high in resources. We're still trying to figure out what the big twist is, other than we've got blizzards all the time. You know, we barely made it there.
I think I need to lay down.
Yeah, it's a reasonable assumption. We should lie down sometime. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what this shapes out to be. But so far, it's been pretty easy. You know, it started off a little scary. You know, when we started a couple streams ago, it was midnight in a blizzard, and it was like, oh, are we gonna get the eternal night one, the endless night one? Because that was gonna suck. But we made it to the morning, and it was fine.
This pack is getting kind of heavy. I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Astrid's a bit slow. Tired. Sleepiness. starting to creep in now too.
I am too tired to think straight.
Okay. So, remember where we're going. Yeah, we just came this way. See how easily we get turned around. Got distracted for a second and then couldn't remember which way we were going. Ooh. Alright. Okay. Almost out of here. Okay, what we got here? Dead end. Here we go. Long walk out. Okay, let's see. There's our cave. Use it. Oops, that was our mistake. We forgot to make the water. Wasted a torch on that. Wasted a match on that one.
Perfect.
Okay, let's see what we got here. No! Well, that's devastating. So it simply adds 50% to it then. Okay.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
10 days. Woohoo! Wild! We're just so wild here. Yeah. Bear? No bear.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Okay. So much to do still. Hey, thanks for the cheer. Much appreciated. We're still alive.
I think I can use this.
No, the being still alive on this run doesn't feel particularly difficult. It's so much maple syrup. Oh, our first lantern.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Oops. Or it's a morning coffee or something tomorrow. I'll do that. I'll have something in the morning. I'll have to be up early because I'm taking my car into the shop. It's 25, I guess. Taking a car into the shop for new front brakes, which is not fun. But too far. Wow, I'm really not paying attention here. Okay, let's try this again. Focus. Usually I can do this on first or second try. But today we're just being sloppy. There we go.
I'll take it.
Woohoo! Money to burn. Second pair of mucklucks? What are we doing with all this stuff? Why do we need 2 pairs of mucklucks? Who needs 2 pairs of mucklucks? So, we still have not seen a gun. So it may be that there is no actual gun. Just ammo for said gun.
Have to be
Oh,
vigilant.
there's the cup of coffee. Yeah. We'll drop that. Not worth it. Okay. Just clearing through inventory here. 40.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
So I mentioned earlier in the stream that we have another one already. Nope, that's our first one. Now we can collect saplings. But yeah, so I'm in my intro to Python class. Our final project is a group project, and so my group of overachievers decided that they wanted to we wanted to work together on doing a text adventure, sort of a very stripped down Zork text adventure. So basically a 5-room dungeon. Will be 5 rooms, but so I wrote the command line parser, the handler, and I think my job is essentially to integrate everyone else's code as they write it. And so the other person, one of the other people who has a little bit of experience, wrote an implementation for the rooms and for some other stuff, but I'm running into some problems with it. So I think I may have to nudge them to reconsider a couple of their design approaches. Otherwise, we end up in a situation where things are dependent on things they shouldn't be dependent on. You have like 2 objects who are mutually defining each other. Should not happen. Like there are rooms that contain maps, and a map is a list of rooms. So it's like not ideal. Not the ideal way to do it. The only reason why it works is because why the code doesn't break is because Python is a pre-compiled language, so it reads the entire file, compiles it before compiling it. So things that are defined in an odd order still end up working. So that's kind of the reason why this one works. But it really bothers me because it's not the ideal. Like, you should maintain hierarchies with object-oriented programming. And the other goal is to keep things encapsulated and hopefully self-contained, so that they're not dependent on information or data structures outside of the object itself, short of like it reading files to define itself, or being able to modify itself after the fact. But yeah, these ones are kind of questionable. So I've been trying to find like the minimum amount of work I could do to make it work, but I think we're going to have a talk. Yeah, a dungeon with each dungeon room. Yeah, totally. Yeah. But here's my thinking: is that really she doesn't need each room to have a list of rooms. What she wants, really, or what she probably could get away with, is just each room has a list of the IDs for the other rooms, and then you have something
This stuff will come in handy.
that so you have like a dungeon object that manages all rooms, and then if you need to get access to another room, you just pass the ID to the dungeon object and it'll retrieve the room that you need. I think we're low bear because we had no bear at Trappers and no bear on the lake, so I think we're probably low bear. Yeah, so one of the things I made a copy of her code and I played around with like what happens if we like set things up so that the objects are reading from external files to set themselves up instead of having to yeah, it just a way to more cleanly initialize the objects. So I got that mostly working. But part of it is like just parsing like the config for the section that becomes a list. You know, it's like I think I picking up an error somewhere. I'm not certain where. This is definitely the case where I probably could have done this entire thing on my own. But that's not the point of the assignment. The point of the project is to have a group of people work together. So I've got to figure out a way to not overwhelm, take over everything.
And this pack is getting kind of heavy.
What's back here? Water bottle. Sport vest. But yeah, I think if I get that code somewhat working. Yeah, exactly. It's like learning how to work together. I think part of it is my fault too. I think we kind of started implementing faster than we had a clean design for how the different modules should work and talk to each other. So I think we have to go back and figure out like, okay, so what are these individual modules or objects, and what did they need to be able to communicate with each other? And how can we assure that it's keeping with the general philosophy for how these things should be designed. What do we have here? We have lots of cattail heads. A little bit of coal.
Come on, little fire. Come on.
Okay, we've got lots of this stuff, so we'll just waste it on this. One. 12 and 12. Where do we leave our pot? We left our pot somewhere. That's annoying. It's probably back at Trapper's. Nice. Yeah, we don't really need to worry about that.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Oh yeah, we'll just work our way back to trappers. We'll wrap up the stream there. Wish I could say this is a little bit more exciting, but not so much. That's calming, right? Yeah, with this particular challenge, this time round, ended up being pretty chill. Other than the constant blizzards and windstorms. We're doing well in terms of gear, so we're not really feeling the effects of it. This would be a much harder challenge if we had this level of windstorms and blizzards, but loot was poor, right? If we had a hard time finding gear, and if rabbits and deer were not in existence, you know, things like that would make it very, very hard. Yeah, I'm looking forward to being able to do my first stream from the new apartment, but that's not going to be until August. And I still have to find a desk and a chair before then. I've seen some good ones on Facebook Marketplace that I would pick up, except for the fact that I don't think I can fit them in my car. So, that's a problem. Yeah, I'd have to figure out a way either to dismantle them, or I'd have to find someone with a truck. So we got 2 guts, we got, yeah. Maybe this is a run that finishes on the summit. So we still have to forge. Any more saplings? Nope. Yeah, I'm still deciding where we should end. Should we make our 50 days end in Summit, or make our 50 days end in Desolation Point? Both are decent walks from here. Or from Forlorn Muskeg, which is where we spawned, so...
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Yeah.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Okay, let's see what we got. Hmm. Ooh. Okay, so let's see what else we have here.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Hmm. Okay. Let's see what else we have to do here. Okay, let's see what we got here. Are we at nighttime yet? Yes, we are. So let's just go ahead and sleep. Oh, I think we should get ready to go to bed too. Okay, day 11. Day 11. Okay. Okay.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
More blizzard. $11. Yep. Also going to go to bed. Tired. Okay. We're on day 11. So we made another 4 days. We haven't really learned too much other than bears are probably low. We're at 3 crackers now. Okay. Yeah, so before we go, we're going to read a poem. And what shall we read tonight? After Neruda. Oops. So this is from my first book of poetry, from The Lost Country of Sight, published by Anhinga Press in 2008. winner of the Philip Levine Prize. This is a poem references Pablo Neruda, a famous Chilean poet, well known for his love poems and for also for his political poetry, as well as just his poetry about the ocean and the land. Just everything, like, natural comes alive in his worlds. So I thought I'd write a poem about what happens after you read a lot of Neruda. After Neruda, suddenly everything is a woman. The way a street lamp curves at the edge of a dark street, or an orchid blooms in an empty room, patient for destruction, beautiful as a white slip floating in the wrecking ball's wake. You hear the sea and everything, its great bell-like waves sounding deep in your anxious sleep, moving invisibly by your ears with each passing car. Light takes on a strange quality, like the once familiar scent of women you have known, or the texture of old bus tokens, worn smooth in pockets no longer in currency. You want to make love in a language you do not know, or write prayers between the lines of old dollar bills given to strangers. You caress the backs of pews, pray to unknown gods you have witnessed from your window, their half-closed eyes flashing in the distance like lighthouses in a storm. In the kitchen, you surround yourself with apples, lemons, and a tomato. Arranging them in silence, you can sense her presence just beneath the skin. When you hold the tomato to your ear, you can hear her breathing in ragged sighs, like a ship heaving against the tide. When you press it to your lips, you can still taste the unwashed salt of sorrow. That was After Neruda. So normally when you have a poem titled After So-and-so, it means that the poem is a direct reference to the other person's poem or style, and that there will be, so like if someone writes a very famous poem that people often will write responses to, is Cesar Viejo's Black Stone Lying on a White Stone, which he very famously predicts the circumstances of his own death. And so that's been a fascinating poem for many people to try to tackle the way that he kind of rather boldly and unexpectedly like announces, the day of his own death. Not in some sort of like, it's just kind of weird. It's like an oddly prophetic gesture where he talks about it will be on a day when it's raining, and he kind of foresees a particular circumstance, and then he also adds in some embellishes with these kind of over-the-top gestures, and then people write these poems after that. So After Neruda is not like that, and yet it is also like that. References to the sea and the waves and the bells, that's all very Neruda. References to women, obviously very Neruda. References to crafted things like the pews or the kitchen, very domestic spaces, very Neruda. Apples, lemons, and tomato. He has a very famous poem called The Ode to a Tomato, which is like so over the top and ridiculous in its sort of revolutionary joy that it's just kind of this fascinating poem just because of how ridiculous it is. And so I kind of, the poem turns into sort of that reimagining of the tomato in this way. So there's parts of it that are, I think, serious in their admiration of the style, and parts that kind of go and cross the line, almost not quite into parody, but kind of an over-the-top exaggeration of the style. So Pablo Neruda is himself a rather complicated individual. His poetry is still very much admired, but he is a person, as many people historical figures turn out, have aspects of his personal life that turn out to be quite distasteful. So just a heads up if you go poking around the last few years. been more writing about his relationship and treatment of some of the women in his life as being less than stellar, to put it mildly. Yeah, but it was still nonetheless one of the collections of poetry that I came across early on was his 20 love songs and a poem of despair, or 20 love poems and a song of despair. That's what it was. Which was written when I think he was 19 or 20. It's ridiculous how amazingly good the poetry is, and how it basically took off so quickly. You know, like he gained such fame and notoriety over like his work. It was just, it took off in a way, it took over conversations because it was so lush and vivid. It embraced like the language. You know, he was writing in Spanish in a way that I think a lot of people had been somewhat more conservative, and he had gone over in sort of this ebullience and excitement and enthusiasm and earthiness that people really were quite taken by. So anyways, yeah, that's a little behind the scenes after Neruda. Let us figure out who we can go raid, because I'm tired and I need to get to bed soon so that I can get up early and go take care of my car. Saucy. Let's go visit Saucy. Alright, so we're going to pop into Saucy, who I think they're doing a little talky talk right now, but that's fine. We just did our little talky talk, so let's go raid Saucy, and we will we'll be back tomorrow night, I guess. Saturday night we should be on. Okay, thank you all. Thank you for being a good crowd. Thank you for asking good questions. Thank you for bits and support, and just all around being awesome people. We'll see you on the other side of this raid.